Hi Taurus, and welcome to your monthly tarot reading. I'm Ashley Rose, and this is your monthly tarot reading for February 2022. Today we are going to be pulling 7 cards. I was going to say 4. 7 cards for the overview of your month, an oracle card, 3 cards for your love life, 3 to clarify, and we will end with an affirmation. This reading applies to all Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So at any time throughout this month, throughout this year, you want to come back, see what the heck was going on in February, what the heck was happening in the beginning of this month, whatever it is. You know, you get to the end and you're like, wait, what was supposed to be going on? This is here for you. We start off this month in Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. So still our minds and our ideas and the way that we're thinking is being expanded. But, it's kind of, I feel like the last 4 days, it's only the 4th. The 4th is the last day. We still have a shadow period afterwards where things can still be a little funky, but I feel like it's kind of like smooth sailing those last couple days. I don't really think like there might be some things we're tidying up and getting the last couple, perspective changes, but it really is kind of, I feel like, clearing up the vision we see and seeing that everything we want is a lot more attainable than what we thought originally, especially coming into January or this new year, that, there were so many things that we wanted to do and it just felt so out of reach, but Mercury retrograde helped us kind of change the behaviors, the thought patterns, the narratives that we play in our mind to help us understand that everything that we want is a lot more achievable than we think. Yes. And then we're going to end this month in Pisces season, and it's not everybody's favorite. I'm a Pisces, I love it, but it's a time where we kind of even go deeper because Aquarius season is, I really didn't finish, sorry. It's a time where our minds are expanded and we are starting to connect with people in a different way. We're allowing our authenticity to shine. We're allowing our weirdness to show and seeing other people's and just honoring that, right? And it's not like we're weird, but it's like the things that we're nervous to show people, we're getting more comfortable to allow that to come out and allow our authentic nature to just be, not trying to, fit into any type of social standard or societal norm. We're just allowing ourselves to be who we are, and that's pretty amazing. And going into Pisces season, it just helps us get even more introspective about that, dig even deeper to where some of these beliefs lie, what we really want, what we truly desire, and how we can connect with ourselves in a deeper way, how we can really tune into everything that we want and bring it in a lot faster and see how close it all really is. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. Because we are, I feel like all of us, I'm only doing this, but just in my work and in my readings I've been doing outside of this, there's a lot of new beginnings starting for all of us, and it is not short for you either. You definitely are starting a new beginning in how you are communicating your ideas and the way that you kind of navigate life. Maybe, Taurus are kind of used to enjoying the comfort of life and kind of making a space that feels like home for them, and then they don't like to leave it. I'm a Taurus rising, I totally understand. But we're using these new ideas that are coming in to create something bigger and better for ourselves now, because we're in a space, we'll get to, where we're ready, where we can see it and it's attainable and we're ready for this. We're not allowing the doubts to keep us up at night. We're not allowing our, old ways of thinking, maybe some negativity we had towards ourselves, some expectations we used to hold. They're not clouding our judgment anymore. And when we can do that, as we release them, because as we step into this new journey, I really do feel like it's a lot of us closing the doors on these old selves, these old people we used to be, that as we're just evolving, in healing, because all the work that we've been doing in these past couple years, even these past couple months, we're just recognizing we aren't those people anymore with the values that we used to hold on to and the beliefs that we used to have. And we're coming to this point in this kind of point of surrender and release, where we're letting those things go and we're allowing ourselves to just be in the present moment of what we have around us, allowing ourselves to experience our family, experience loved ones, have good things, or experience the good things that we do have in our life. That's really important. I don't know why, but I feel like there was maybe a group of us Taurus that maybe lost that a little bit throughout the pandemic, because we are, or I say we as I am a Taurus rising, like, we like to feel grounded and we like to feel a space of home, but because everything was so crazy, that all kind of got thrown up in the air, and for a minute we really weren't seeing that, we weren't feeling that. I feel like the opportunity that comes in this month is this big perspective flip. Perspective. Yes, your perspective on your life will kind of flip, and it's like this ease that comes in because we're now allowing love in a different way. We're allowing love in for ourselves, love in for our environment, love in for our dreams, and we're giving everything, you know, the space that it needs so that we can kind of complete this circle and this cycle of, you know, I just feel like getting stuck in yeah, getting this cycle of just like stuck in these negative thought patterns because it was so easy to kind of stay in them, and that's what was comfortable to us. It's okay to kind of branch out and step out and create new space and make new boundaries and stand your boundaries. You're strong, you're stubborn Taurus. So create those things. You remind me of the Empress in the tarot. And it really is the Empress in the tarot, because you create the life that you love out of love to share with those you love, and that's material, and that's, you know, a calming environment, and that's maybe your crystals and things like that. But you can do that for yourself, so tap into that. And there might be people that don't really get that, don't really vibe with that, but who cares? Because this is your life, and this is what makes you happy, and you can trust those things that make you happy because you're being honest with yourself, you're being open with yourself. And when you are, you can trust that you're not being deceptive, you can trust that you're not escaping, that you're not playing games, that you're growing up and you're maturing, and you can branch out in this next phase of life and kind of not being like, oh, woe is me, my life isn't the way I want it, but you're like taking hold of your life. You're taking control. You see your will, you see your power, and you're using it now. And that's amazing. So I just want to say that, like, give yourself a pat on the back, because that could be hard to step into. That could be hard to understand. And like I said, even grow your perspective of what that is for yourself, and even just acknowledge that maybe I was holding myself back. I feel like a lot of us are acknowledging that as well. We start this month off with the Page of Swords. So this is a new opportunity to grow. This is a new opportunity to learn. And I love that it's the page, because pages are young and they have this willingness to learn and make mistakes. So in regards to swords is the symbol for communication, logic, thinking, our ideas. We're allowing these new ideas to take space in our life, right? And we're allowing ourselves to play around with them, to make mistakes, to grow, because we're ready to learn. We're in a space where we're ready for a new opportunity. We're ready to take these things that we really want to do with our life and learn about them, grow, see what they can turn into, say what they, like seeds we're planting, and seeing how they can kind of take a life, right? Page R, the court, is the first for the court, and so it's also seen as a messenger. So there could be people coming into our life this February to kind of give us messages about what we want to do, about these ideas that we're already having that kind of help like validate what we're doing, right? They kind of give us like, it might be things that like we're already thinking about ourselves, and somebody's like, oh, hey, what if you did this? And you're like, I was thinking about that. Interesting that you say that, right? Stuff like that. So trust those as they come in, because there's a lot of blue in this card, and there's some clouds in the sky, which I feel like feels a little cloudy, but essentially it's clear and it's your intuition. And when you can just allow that to lead the way and allow yourself to go with the flow, it's gonna happen with ease. And that's really exciting, because I just think it's really cool for a Taurus to, or that's really, I feel like I talk very hippy dippy. But it's really cool for you guys, because you're used to just like, you're used to going with the flow, but in like a different sense of like doing what, you know, you're just used to doing. But now you're kind of trying to expand on that a little bit. You're trying to implement new ideas, implement new ways of being. And it's a fun time, because you're not doubting it. This is an idea that you have, and you're like, yes, I am meant to do this, and I'm gonna try it out, because why not? Because I've been doing this and this is great, but I want a little bit more out of my life, right? And when you do that, you open yourself up to receive a new blessing, a new dream. You offer yourself a new type of emotion of like love, right? For yourself. Maybe we've lost that a little bit. It's okay. We're bringing it back, and that's exciting. Look at all these things. There's this bird, and it reminds me of like a little offering at church, or like communion. Even, you know, where you you accept this new life, this new thing that you want to do. And there's like overpouring with desire, right? Because this cup is full and the universe is like dun, 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 because you stuck by your idea and you were inspired and you trusted it and you had no fear. I'm going to give this to you, and it's a blessing. So enjoy it, right? And there's so much water, and again, go with the flow. Allow that authenticity to take up space this month, because in the middle of your reading, you have the world. So everything's coming together, and in an ending is a new beginning, and it's really exciting. It's like the harvest of the season, right? Where like you've been planting these seeds and they've been growing for a long time. And now is the time that you can harvest them, you can enjoy them, and you can start planting more. And this more that you're planting leads to new opportunities, because you've taken the time to learn who you are. You've taken the time to heal, because you're sitting here in this wreath, and it's a symbol for healing, and you're naked, but that's like authenticity, right? And this is like the same as the magician with her wands in her hand, is like as above, so below. So what you think, what you want, what you feel, when you harness that energy and you use it in a way that's, productive, and what's the word I'm looking for? We're just gonna say productive, because Mercury retrograde and I can't come up with words. Productive, you see that come back in your physical world, right? Like maybe you're wanting more for yourself and you're a little confused on how to do that, but just tune back into who you are. Check back in with your authenticity and ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really desire? You have all these elements here, and you've really taken the time to kind of master that. Master your creativity, where that can take you. Master your dreams, master your stability and the comfort you have in your life. And then also your ideas, you're using them in a new way, and now you can start this new beginning. Again, we're talking about the Empress here because 3 is a new beginning, it's communication, and it's also the Empress in the Tarot. So it's again creating this, where I feel like you're present in your reading without even being present in your reading, but it's like creating this life that you love. So create it, because it's totally obtainable to you. You just have to use your voice. We're using our voice in a new way this month. And before, that might have been scary, but we're not allowing those fears to stop us, right? And it's gonna feel like sticking our ground and standing our ground. And there's all these other people, all these other traumas, all these expectations that might be getting thrown in our face, but stand your ground, because you made this space. This is for you, and you have your wand in your hand, and that's your purpose, that's your energy, that's your enthusiasm, and that's what's bringing you forward. You're going to use your mind in a new way this month that really helps all of these things come to life. And it's new, so it's going to feel uncomfortable, but you can do it. You wouldn't be going through this, you wouldn't be tested if you really couldn't handle it. So moving on, we have the 7 of Swords too. Pay attention to 7s. I feel like it's going to be an important number for you. Just we have 2, and we have 1 more. We have 3 7s present. So that's your mind and creativity. It's a lucky number. When you see that, just know you're kind of aligned and on the right direction. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed from doing something new and people not really approving it right away, just know that you're doing this for you, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be, say you wanted to start a new Instagram page and start launching this online boutique. And there's all these people in your life that are going to tell you, no, you can't do it. But it doesn't have to be something big right away. It can just be a hobby, something that's just making you happy a little bit, and it can grow into whatever it grows into, but just allow yourself to play around, to use your mind in a new way, to create something, to connect with other people. That's going to be important, because this isn't something that's playing games with us, that we're deceiving ourselves from and we're manipulating the situation. This is something that we can trust. This is something that actually brings us happiness, that actually brings us joy from a pure place, not a superficial place. And we're also in this space where we're not like this 4 of Cups or we got the 4 of Cups in reverse. But when he's upright like this, he's like, has everything he wanted, but he's still not appreciative for it. And the universe is like, here's another thing. Are you ready to accept what I'm giving you, type deal? And he's like, okay. He's like sitting on his tree like, woe's me. But we're in reverse. I love that. We're in reverse, so we're not. We're not woe is me. We understand what's in front of us. We see the beauty in our life and all that we create, all that we can create when we tap into that. When we allow ease to come in, allow it to flow and just create balance and start listening to ourselves. That can be a little hard at first, but when we start doing it, it's going to be important. It's so important. And I love that this is the end of the reading because it's like this, taking this step back and looking at what this month was and being like, okay, I'm appreciative of that. I'm happy I did that for myself. I trusted what I wanted to do and I did it. At the bottom of the reading we have, Queen of Cups. We have Queen of Cups, the Chariot, King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Page of Cups, Ace of Swords, the Lovers. So there's opportunity to really change the way that we think, to really use our ideas, use the ideas that inspire us to create a new dream in our life, to bring in, again, another opportunity where we can celebrate, where we can feel stable, where we've taken control of what we wanted and we've created our dreams. And we do that by connecting to ourselves authentically or connecting to ourselves spiritually, however you want to say it. But it's that connection that's going to be leading the way. And then for our oracle card, we have take a break, life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. And so for what I feel about these is like, this no, I feel like is the Seven of Swords. Like when you feel like you see yourself going down this road and it feels dark and it feels treacherous and you see all these things ahead, no, redirect yourself and ground back into who you know you are. Or even this Seven of Wands here. As you go down this road and all these people are trying to stop you, no, wait, turn yourself around, because it's time to take a break from that type of feelings, that type of interactions, those environments, things that don't support us. We've been running and working so hard. This is time for us to play and have fun. Moving on to our love reading. We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Ace of Wands. This could be the one. You already met the partner you seek. The Chariot. And children, your love life is being affected by children. Everything's fine. Come on, look at that. Yes, look at this new love coming in. Pay attention to fire signs, Sagittarius, Leos, Aries. We have the Chariot here, so pay attention to, I think this is, I'm gonna say Cancer, so even water signs too, especially because the Queen of Cups is on the bottom. Pay attention to that. You have been taking control of your life and you're not focused on the tiny little material things that these people, this love coming in is something that is for you and that you've brought in. You've worked hard to change your energy and attract this, so don't doubt it when it happens, because everything is fine. It might be something from our childhood that makes us, doubt this new thing that's coming in. But trust that everything is fine and that everything's okay. Like even here, we got the Nine of Swords. No, this is 9 and this is 10, but everything's fine. We have the swords twice like this. Trust it. It's okay. Be here in the present moment. You've made this life for yourself. You've made this comfortable space that's beautiful, that's full of ideas and inspiration and creativity. So trust it, okay? Everything's fine. Don't doubt it, okay? The Mercury retrograde ended and it's like, okay, here's this love, baby, because you're ready to put in the work. All right. Because you took the time to figure out where you're holding yourself back, we can have this now, because that's what was stopping us from having it before, okay? All right. If you'd like to know more about me, you can go to ashleyrose.com. Follow me on Instagram. That's Ashley Rose Tarot. The links are in the description for that. And our affirmation is, believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming even when I can't see the result. Yes. That's how we're going to feel. So we're going to feel walking into this February. We can't see where we're going. We can't see this newbie. We know that we need to start doing something with our ideas, but we can't see it right away. But just trust it. Tune back into you. Connect with yourself. Allow what's coming in to take space, because it's leading you in the right direction, all right? And it's going to free you from what you thought you couldn't have before. So this is really awesome. I love this for you guys. I hope you have a great February. I can't wait to see how this unfolds, and I will see you later in the Daily Tarot readings.